I would say that for Manusas, what the world is right means nobody can take things from you without asking or just taking them.
Karolina, Carlos, Manuel, thank you so much for the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Honestly, this series is fantastic. It truly is special. And
thank you.
Your
Thank you very
characters add such a unique flavor from on both sides of the spectrum, if you will.
Thank you so much.
Karolina,
Very different sides of the spectrum.
Yes.
Karolina, let's start with you. Can we speak about Zosha? What do you think she represents to Carol?
I think it depends at what point we're talking about. I think at the beginning, it's, she doesn't want anything to do with her. She's just she's in the place of grief and loss and just utter isolation from what she knows. And then later, I think because it's someone that is kind and good to her and loves her unconditionally, that she feels when she goes on that journey for 30 days of utter isolation. And also she's been isolated from the old schoolers, not just the others, but also old schoolers. And she doesn't know about Manusos and his journey, right? So she's really on her own. So I think at the end of episode 7, I think for her, Zosha is some kind of a comfort, safety. She will choose that than to be alone even further for her own mental health, I would imagine, for her own mental well-being.
Do you think she's emotionally needy?
I don't think she's emotionally needy, but I think, the old schoolers isolated her. She goes to see Diabate and he's kind of, oh, don't stay. Like you kind of you kind of
you're nice,
bumming me out here with my gorgeous models. You gotta go. And then, and the other people don't want anything in India. Lakshmi is like, we don't want anything to do with it. So she has no fans left. And, I think it gets to her where I at least it's something familiar. It's someone that's familiar. And I think when you see it in episode 8, when we're playing cards and I say, well, what about your cousin? Like, we can bring your cousin. And she says, well, it's like talking to you, right? And I said, well, basically, yeah. So she decides, well, I've already had this interaction with you and you seem familiar. You might as well stay. And I think she's also, she's attracted to Zosha, right? So there's that.
Wow. There is that tension.
Wow.
Sure.
But, there's also that. Like, so, yeah.
Well, absolutely. And Carlos, Manuel, honestly, Manusos is, like we said, on the other end of that spectrum. And there is a line that Carol says, you're not in this scene, but Carol says, someone has to put the world right. And I wondered, in your mind, what does that mean for Manusos?
I think I would say that for Manusos, what the world is right means nobody can take things from you without asking or just taking them. That is exactly what has happened to him. And probably not once, he's migrated from one country to another. So there's a lot of loss in that sort of process when he's moved from Colombia to Paraguay. And that tells a lot about him, that he's been through loss, that he's been through adapting to a new world. And this thing happens again, and he goes, hell no, not again. The world is right when I am allowed to build a home somewhere and be myself somewhere. And you cannot take that from me, and that's wrong. The world is right when you can't do that.
There you have it.
Honestly, yeah.
You think?
Yeah. Well, you can't take your individuality when you're like, you want to set it back to like, it's, yeah.
There's a lot of contradictions, I think. He's a very dignified, honest, strong, principled man who's probably very annoyed and resentful about a lot of things of the world before the joining, like corruptions. He probably hates politicians.
Oh yeah, I could
He
see that.
probably hates politics and the way people behave and how people are not honest and deceiving
Yeah.
and all that. He probably hates that, but it's the fact that he's been through laws, and it's the fact that they are taking the small world that he's been able to build in this new country for him, and they're taking that from him, and that's wrong. That's just inherently wrong.
Honestly, I appreciate that, and I appreciate the chance to chat with you. We're out of time, but thank you so much.
Thank
It
you.
is my
Thank
new
you
addiction.
so much.
Yes, I love to
You
hear
take
that.
care, right?
Thank you.
Like